One day only. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's Sunstar vs. Shadowstone.
What a showdown. Man.
Tickets now. I'll be building up to this, folks.
Yep.
Final showdown.
Everything we've been watching,
Sunstar vs.
all of Star Wars has been leading up to this moment.
It's the fight that's been centuries in the making.
I got a bad feeling about this, guys.
Yep, they said that.
Nisa says, I have a bad feeling about this.
Nice little throwback line there.
What, people can't have bad feelings about things on Endor?
That's a classic Star Wars line.
This one probably should have been the one for Halloween.
Why is this the Halloween one?
Because of the freaky lava monster that shows up.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Classic
You're right.
Halloween lava monster.
Don't worry, it was just old man Jenkins.
Right.
If it weren't for you meddling Ewoks.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Star Wars Total Rewatch. We're rewatching Star Wars.
That's right, I'm Cody.
I'm Aaron.
Daniel.
And we are in the thick of the Ewoks right now.
Deep in the forests of Endor here.
Yeah.
Will we ever find our way out?
That's a good question.
We can see the prequels at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I know.
Episode 9.
Flying through these. Thank goodness.
Sunstar vs. Shadowstone from November 2nd, 1985. This one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's kind of been going good, bad, good, bad. What was the last?
The Land of the Goopins.
Yeah, that one was actually okay, though.
Yeah.
So 2 yubs in a row from me.
What? You are bad.
The next episode is called Wicket's
good.
Wagon, so I think that's an easy nub.
Based on the title alone.
I don't even have to watch it.
It's that's going to be the most epic wagon you have ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
out.
based on the picture, though, it looks like quite the war wagon.
Don't spoil it.
I haven't watched the trailers or anything. I want to be fresh
That's
going
right. This episode is mainly focused on Tebow,
Yeah.
where the other ones are kind
Yeah.
of Wicket is the center.
He gets his moment here.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, I like
Spotlight.
Tebow. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
better main character than
Oh, definitely.
Wicket.
He's got goals and aspirations to become a grand wizard.
Just an honest Ewok.
Yeah.
Wicket's just a troublemaker. So the Sunstar and Shadowstone are both stones.
Yeah, not a star really at all.
Yeah. They're at one point a single stone, but then they were split into 2 stones. They're kind of a yin and yang type of...
They kind of look like that. The way
Yeah.
that they're fused is kind of in a wavy line.
Yeah, 2 different colors, purple
Like
and
the yin
yellow
yang.
stones.
And apparently the Sunstar is the good one and the Shadowstone is the evil one.
Well, they're both just power stones.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into, I guess.
Into the details of how it works. The minutia.
Well,
Yeah.
that's basically what this episode is about.
Right.
Should I do a summary? 'Cause
Sure, yeah.
all right. Around a campfire, Chief Chirpa is telling a group of walklings and young Ewoks the story of the Sunstar Shadowstone.
Okay, maybe you can
You
do
like this so far?
the summary without reading off the wiki.
Wait, is this a short summary?
It's actually kind of long.
That's a long page.
I need a short one.
The summary is just a play-by-play of the entire episode, all the dialogue.
I have the script here, so I'll just read through the script.
That's our podcast. That's all I've got for you today. I read the article.
Nothing more to say on that
Yeah.
topic.
So it starts out with this story, though, of this stone. Apparently, Morag, who was the witch that we've seen previously, had the combined stones on her staff. But then an Ewok that she kidnapped broke the stone in half and took the Sunstone. And that Ewok was none other than
Logray.
Logray.
The little Ewoks, the Walklings, were listening to the story and they just kind of left. But like the older ones, they wanted to learn more about the backstory here. Who was this mysterious young Ewok that we heard about in the story.
Turns out it was Logray.
Turns out it was. And Wicket's like, who would have thought old Logray was once a young warrior?
Yeah.
Young people get old. That's
Who knew
how it
that
works.
old man used to be young? Don't believe it. But we know the history now between Logray and Morag.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then Tebow wants to become a shaman because he's impressed. So he becomes Logray's apprentice, but he's terrible. He makes a huge mess. They end up getting captured by Morag, and then Logray has to come and save the Walklings. And in the process, destroying Morag once and for all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff.
There's another death in this TV show.
Wow.
Well, the transformation
Into
a tree.
A tree.
Also, just earlier with the story, they made it sound like Logray, during the time that he was imprisoned by Morag, like he was watching her and learning what she was doing, right?
He probably didn't actually know magic previously.
Yeah, I wonder if he took it from her.
So she is the one that introduced magic to the Ewoks.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
hard
interesting.
Crazy, yeah.
He said she'd been a plague on this planet for 200 years.
Yeah.
She'd been bothering them. But we don't know how long
She looks that old.
Endor. Yeah, we don't know how long years are in Endor, though.
True. It could be 6 months our time.
Oh, yeah. But he said
Right.
200 snows.
Yeah, are we going to actually ever see it snow? Because that would be interesting.
For a Christmas episode.
Otherwise, this episode seems to follow a pretty generic plot line. You know, Tebow wants to become an apprentice, so of course the teacher's like, here, do a bunch of mundane stuff and sweep and clean everything.
Carry this gigantic mushroom up into the forest tree houses.
Yeah,
That is a gigantic mushroom.
It is.
It's enormous. Where do you find something like that?
Only on Endor.
Only on Endor.
Yeah. It's a tree of light that makes everything grow huge.
And it makes bears grow smaller.
Little bears.
I like that Tebow is learning to be a magician, though. That's cool. Because
shaman.
we've seen his little force sensitivity previously.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
could talk to animals, and he helped Logray with something one time, so he already recognized, like, oh yeah, you've got some skill there.
Yeah, it's what he wants to be.
Yeah.
Well, Tebow makes a mess of this mushroom, but then he picks up a magic wand and cleans up the place with magic, just like Mickey Mouse.
Fantasia? Whatever.
Yeah. When Logray was giving him the broom, I was thinking, well, he's just gonna put
Magic
a spell on this
brooms,
broom to clean everything on its own. And
The magic that they use here, I'm trying to convince myself that in some way it's the Force. But I don't know. It's a stretch. Because the things that they do with it, like, it feels a little more like generic magic. But you can move things with the Force. They're moving things with a wand. Who knows?
The wand just helps channel the
Oh, right, and that's kind of where I feel is Logray's power all coming from the Sunstar somehow, or is it this nature power that they're drawing from too? As the Ewoks are part of nature, you know? These questions that will never be answered, but I'm asking anyway.
Well, you never know. That might have been answered in a book somewhere at some point.
oh, I'm sure. But there's so many books now.
Within the world of Ewoks, it feels like it fits, so I don't mind it too much.
The wonderful world of Ewoks. So, and Logray gives him some advice that a good wizard relies on himself first and on magic second. That's why he wanted him to do all the chores without using magic.
Right.
You know, learn
Build
some
character.
Yeah, build character.
And now we get into the peer pressure section. What really gets Tebow in trouble is his terrible friend.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all kind of, Latara, who is curious what he's up to, is watching him through the window.
Well, she'd be creeping on him no matter what he was doing.
Yep.
And then Wicket has some good advice, too. You shouldn't spy on people unless what they're doing is really interesting.
Then you gotta spy on
Then
him.
you have to.
And they see smoke coming out of Logray's hut, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, Tipo is doing some crazy magic.
Yeah,
making
he's
smoke
summoning
clouds."
storms and all sorts of crazy
No.
magic.
And they look inside, and he's just beating a rug clean.
And so
Beating the dust
they
out of
literally
the
just laugh at him, like great friends that they are.
Wicket is literally rolling on the floor laughing,
Yeah.
pounding the floor.
They're like, "Show us some real magic if you're such a great wizard."
Yeah, which is just asking for trouble.
I know. Like, he's already made multiple mistakes. Grabs this wand, and he grabs the magic story crystals that they were using to tell this story.
He's like, no, guys, I totally know what I'm doing, but let's just, like, take it out in the forest so I
Just-
don't blow
yeah.
something up again.
So I can blow
Just-
Logray's house, yeah.
At least he had the forethought to do it like that.
So the wand picks up Latara's flute, and then
Oh, yeah.
it starts to spin out of control, resulting in a broken wand and flute. Wow.
Yep.
Never saw that coming.
Yeah, and then they're all mad at him.
Pretty sad that her flute broke, though. Like, that's her livelihood right there.
I mean, she was devastated.
She was going to be a big star with the Jintas. Oh, well. So much for that dream.
She can probably just glue it back together.
Yeah. Yeah, Wicked and crew take none of the blame for that.
Right.
Yeah.
They were egging him on the whole
I
time.
know.
So,
So this part is pretty interesting. They hear some magical singing that lures them into a cave, which is reminiscent of when Cinda was lured into the woods.
Sindel.
yeah.
Sindel.
In the Ewok movie,
Yeah.
the witch in that movie did the same thing.
Yes, except there was less unicorns in this version.
Yeah, that's true. But she's still disguised as younger. And
Furrier.
she's not a human. I don't know what she is.
In the Ewok movie, she disguised herself as a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And in this, she's a beautiful, hairy woman.
Yeah, is she supposed to be an Ewok? Is
I
she
know.
like a cat? I can't really tell.
I don't know.
Cats all over again.
Right, and she's singing memories in here.
The article just says, female with feline features.
Maybe that's what Morag looked like when she was younger.
Oh, God. I don't believe it.
Not the same species.
No, I don't. This is like a fake species. I think she was trying to make herself appealing to the Ewoks.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah, like, come in, I'm really nice and friendly.
Yeah, well, she said, I heard one of you is a great wizard. But I'm actually Morag. Wow. And the Yuzums come in.
The Yesums, right. Not the Fuzzums.
I keep forgetting what they
Not,
are.
not Fuzzums. Yuzums.
Totally different.
Not fuzzums, not bosoms, not muslims. Yuzums.
And then Morag sends a message to Logray using the spinning top that we've seen before.
Usually you just see things though, right? Here she's directly communicating through it.
Yeah. Somehow she was able to make it spin from a distance. So Logray gotta go save those walklings. But he's
He's got some cool magic abilities.
he's no one to be trifled with. He's doing his Jedi mind tricks on these Yuzums to get by him. It reminds me of like old Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
like this old man, but he's still got his tricks. Morag's base is this lava. It's a volcano that she's in.
Lava. Wow.
Wow, lava. Okay. Here, what do you have to say about this?
Morag standing there,
She's not
floating,
stand-
or not standing, sorry, floating there,
Hovering
about a
slightly
foot off the ground. I don't know why.
It's like they just animated her in the wrong place, but then like realized it later, so they just moved her up and down and said, no, she's floating.
Yeah, but then Morag sends all of her cronies after poor old Logray.
One of the girls like confronts Morag, saying like, "You don't deserve to have this. There's nothing but hate in you." And she's like, "You call this nothing? My power."
I have ultimate power. Yeah, and well, so Morag gets the Sunstar, they combine again. She
Yeah,
has her
right.
staff, and she's like, now I will rule everything. And by that I mean...
Endor.
Endor.
This moon.
Which is nothing.
Right.
Sure, it's a lot of power, but this is their world. Even the powerful ones on Endor, this is still just their world. They don't really know anything beyond it. But that's how I mean, I know that's kind of how any war is usually about something relatively small, but it's important to the people who live there because that's their plot of land.
Yeah.
Control the known world.
I guess Morag just kind of descends into a volcano.
Yeah, it looks like she just sinks into the lava. She triggered the volcano eruption. Seems like a bad move. And then she sinks into lava, but that's not the end of Morag.
They all escape, and they're like standing outside the cave, and the Yuzums are just zipping out the door of the cave,
You
just
see
really
how
quickly.
fast they were running.
So many of them. You hardly even see them. They go by so fast.
Morag comes out of the cave as a giant lava monster.
And this shot is terrifying, though.
Yeah, what is she?
She's some kind of giant lava Morag.
She's a lava elemental.
Yeah. It's pretty scary. Like, Logray's finished. He doesn't have this powerful stone anymore. All he's got is his stupid nature magic.
And even his staff gets knocked out of his hand until Tebow bravely tosses it back to him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good for him, but that wasn't that hard to do that.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
Just like when C-3PO and R2 throw the magic staff to the prince.
King Chulpa.
And just like in that one, Logray takes the staff and becomes the new king. There you go. That's our show for you guys.
Yeah.
This is, again, reminiscent of Gandalf and the Balrog.
Yeah,
I think
it
that
is.
came up in one of the Ewok movies we watched, but this looks even more like it because he's fighting a big flame creature.
Slams his staff down into the ground.
But just a water geyser comes out.
Yeah, and instead of putting out the fire, it turns it into stone.
Yeah. Into Stone Morag. She looks like a Pokemon. Some kind of rock type Pokemon. What is the stone one? Like, she seriously looks like a Pokemon.
Stone? I don't know.
I'm not familiar, sorry.
Neither am I, unfortunately.
There's thousands.
Yeah.
So, she turns into a rock monster and crumbles on top of Logray. Logray is crushed by giant boulders. The little Ewoks trying desperately to move the rocks.
Here I was waiting for Tebow to start using his magic to lift it up like Rey did it in The Last Jedi.
Yeah. I was
That would've been
expecting something
ending.
like that.
He can't just use force powers. Like, he needs some kind of source of magic to do magic.
Yeah, they
Maybe-
need the staff for some reason. No, they don't always,
I
though.
feel like it's like a focus,
Yeah.
a way to channel your powers, but I bet if he was a stronger shaman, he could use the nature powers like Logray.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, sure.
But Logray is not dead. He starts speaking. He's saying some sort of
Some kind of a poem, a rhyme about...
Something ugly will come forth, life is beautiful. Or
Yeah. There you go.
just like that. Word for
No, what does he say? What does he say?
Do you want to listen?
Yeah,
to it?
it's a nice.
As black night gives into golden morn, as ice disappears when spring's reborn, let joy rise up from grief and woe, and from evil's death let new life grow. Goopa, young ones!
Goopa!
Yep. And a big tree grows, and he's like on top of it.
He says that he used like her life force to turn her into a tree.
Yeah, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty common.
And then the Tebow says, "Oh, you're not mad at me?" He's like, "Well,
You wrecked everything, and you almost killed us, and so we'll talk about that later. But for now, he's just glad that they're all safe. That seems like a good attitude toward these kids.
yeah."
He's like, no, I'm happy you're safe. I can be happy you're safe and also mad about the mess you caused, but glad that you're out of it now. You can have those two simultaneous
That's
feelings.
right.
So there you go.
And then they are telling the Ewok village about the adventure they were just on and how they've rejoined the Sunstar and Shadowstone once again, finally. back in the care of the Ewoks, and they used some of their sparkle stones as fireworks, which is they had fireworks on Endor at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah,
So this is how
that
they
makes
did it.
sense to how they did it.
The
We've been
Ewoks
wondering all this time, where did that fireworks
biggest
come
mystery
from?
in Star Wars finally answered.
I actually never wondered about that.
No,
I should have wondered, but it never crossed my mind.
it's a fair point.
Now we know.
Just figured, Han had a stash of them somewhere in the Falcon.
Yeah, right.
Just for special occasions.
You never know when a party will be needed.
Prism pebbles, that's what they were called. Pretty good. I liked it. Cody, you weren't so sure? Too generic?
It's really generic and just...
That's all right.
It was fine. I mean, Morag died, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, I liked it. It was not completely random stuff. Like, this is bringing in story elements from previous, episodes.
Yeah,
We
the
got
first episode.
Morag back again. We're seeing Tebow's kind of arc continuing, learning his magic.
Yeah.
There's
Developing
interesting
characters
stuff
now.
happening.
I mean, this show was way deeper than I ever expected. Not really. It's really not.
No, but again, I'm comparing this to other episodes.
Yeah.
Comparing this to, like, the Traveling Gendas. This is pretty epic stuff happening.
Far and
Just
away.
remember, kids, don't be like Tiggy. Don't steal magic wands and go crazy with it.
Don't be like Tebow.
What are your guys' ratings?
Oh,
I give it a yub, man.
yeah. Gets a yub from me. I liked it.
Wow, I guess I gave it a 0.5 of a yub.
Okay.
All right. I think as far as the Ewok episodes go, how are you going to top what happens here?
Cody, we're not going to get a lot out of this. This is probably as good as it's going to get.
I'm banking on season 2. That's where the real good episodes are.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Really up the ante with season.
I can always go back and revise my rating if need be.
Yeah, right. I have a feeling we have seen the peak
peak.
of the seasons here.
Already?
No.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Peaked on episode 9.
We'll find out. Find out next time when we learn about Wicket's wagon.
I got a good feeling about this one.
I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, I have a good feeling. And that's where it'll peak. Can't get better than that wagon.
Yeah, what is better than wagons?
Yeah.
Nothing.